Alright, so I'm making the second video back to back with the first video, so things are still fresh in my mind. I'm working on uploading the other video right now. Wi-Fi here is a little bit slow, but anyways, I'm going to also go into how, right now I'm just going to go into how basic training works. First of all, I'm doing this because like I said, I've had people requesting it, and I looked into YouTube, and they don't really have a whole lot of, videos up there that are really descriptive into basic, and so I'm gonna go into that. So basic training is divided into 3 phases. It's divided into red phase, white phase, and blue phase. And basically, red phase, you're limited on what you can do. You're like, what I mean by that is, they don't give you a whole lot of personal responsibility. I mean, you're in basic, you never really have a whole lot of personal responsibility, but you've got like really none at all. And they explain everything. You go everywhere that they tell you to go and all that stuff. And you have less free time than you get in the other 2 phases. But during that time, you're going to be doing a lot of classroom work, and you're going to be watching PowerPoints and stuff like that all day long about, how to do this and how to do that and all that stuff. You're also going to do some confidence building courses. Like we did Victory Tower first, which was that was rappelling off of a 40-foot wall. We were in a harness that we made. It's called a Swiss seat. So if any of you have rappelled, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it hurts your nuts if you're a guy.
Yeah, you may get castrated if you're a guy. But anyways, so you go through all of this stuff, and you're getting trained basically how to be confident in yourself and how the Army works and stuff like that. Towards the end of that, oh, by the way, you get issued when you first get there. You get issued an M16. You carry that around with you all the time, wherever you go, no matter what, except for if you're going into the latrine. But you do that, and you start towards the end. You start doing what they call, it used to be basic riflemanship, but or BRM, basic rifle marksmanship.
Sharpshooter?
But now it's just RM, which is rifle marksmanship. They've combined both of them.
And they're shortening it. They changed it.
They've shortened it. They're shortening basic too, so that'll be good for all y'all that are going and you only have 7 weeks. So you're gonna be going through that, and they take your phone away. Like the first day you get there, they take your phone away. I got 2 calls the whole time I was in basic. I got a call 4 weeks in for 30 minutes, and I got a call 8 weeks in for an hour. And that was only because we had won a competition. That's why we got the hour long. But yeah, that's all going to be dependent totally upon your company. Like I talked to people that only got 5-minute phone calls. Like that's all going to be dependent on what company you're in, and how they do their thing. But basically, as you're doing red phase, you're going to be learning how the Army works, and they're going to be training you on a whole bunch of stuff. And then when you hit white phase, you're going to be doing advanced rifle marksmanship, which is shooting from behind cover. You're going to be doing shooting with your IBA, which is your interceptor body armor. It's like 35 pounds of miserableness. And you're going to do movement drills, which is like, I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. For those of you that are in the military, that's called rushing. So it's getting up, running a little bit, and then getting back down. Low crawling, high crawling, all of that fun stuff. And then you hit blue phase, and blue phase is kind of like a wrap-up. They're expecting you to know everything. They're expecting you to know everything that they've taught you so far. They're gonna be training you and all that stuff. And you're just generally going to be wrapping everything up. By the time you hit blue phase, the drill sergeants are a lot easier on you. You don't really get smoked that often anymore. But when you do get smoked, it's a lot worse. Like in Whiteface, my platoon had a GI party, which means we moved everything from upstairs to downstairs. And that means it's the bunks, which is right here, and then the wall locker there, and then the 3-door chest, which is in there. We had to move all that, all 60 people stuff downstairs, because we got in trouble. That was not fun. But you're gonna just do the right thing. That's basically what's gonna get you through basic, is if you're doing the right thing. If a drill sergeant yells at you, you just say yes, drill sergeant, and you're done. But yeah, don't break any rules. Don't try anything. I'm normally the first one to go off and break a rule, but not in basic training. It's not worth it. I know people that were trying to get dip and stuff sent to them, and it isn't worth it. It isn't worth the risk of getting caught. Mail. I know there's a huge rumor out there they go through your mail. That's only at Fort Benning. If you're not at Fort Benning, they don't go through your mail. If you get a letter, they just hand it to you. If you get shipped a box of something, they do go through it. And make sure there's no contraband in there. But they're not gonna look through your pictures and shit. Hold on. And then there's parts of basic training that you're going to go through that are going to be particularly difficult. You're going to have we had 3 FTXs. They may be changing that. It means field training exercise. So the first one's just a day and a night. And then the second one's going to be 3 days and 2 nights. And then the last one's going to be 4 days and 3 nights. And they're going to teach you how to pull security. They're going to teach you, all the stuff that you need to know for, like, if you were, say, off on patrol or something like that, or you were going from one place to another, and you they don't like the word camping. You ended up occupying an area in the woods. They'll teach you how to dig your hasty V's and how to maintain security in an open area. You're going to do your ruck marches. Your first one's going to be a 4 mile, then you have a 6 mile, you have an 8 mile, and then you have a 12 mile. My advice for doing the marches is try not to pack a whole bunch of crap into your ruck. Do as little into your ruck as you possibly can, because if you don't do that, it's going to be miserable. The last ruck march is miserable no matter what you do, because you usually march at night when you're tired. And when I say I'm talking I was falling asleep as I was walking. But then you get back and you're done, so that makes it a lot better. So the worst thing I think that we did while we were there was it's called Nick at Night. That's basically when you do Nick at Night, what you're doing is you're crawling like you're underneath gunfire. Yeah, they actually fire weapons over your head. They're firing the M240 Bravos, which you get to fire when you hit Blue Phase. You do U.S. Weapons Week, which you're doing. You're firing the M240 Bravo, which is the big machine gun. You're firing the 249, which is the smaller one. You're firing the AT4. That's anti-tank, but they're duds, so it's not like an actual rocket. And you're firing the M203, which is a grenade launcher. And then later on that week, you do the grenade throw. It's for Fort Jackson. That's at Ramogden. That's pretty cool. They try to scare you a whole lot. Just don't be a freaking idiot. Don't drop a grenade or anything like that, because you will get the crap beat out of you. They're actually allowed to hit you when you're on Ramogden, and they will, because they're putting their lives on the line too every day with people that have never handled a grenade before. Hold on. Yeah, so they're putting their lives on the line too, so you got to understand that. So basic, that's another thing I want to go over. Basic everyday schedule. You really aren't going to have one in basic training because you're going to be doing so many different things. But as a general rule, you're going to get up, you're going to do PT, and then you're going to go to breakfast, and you're going to get that day's training exercise. whatever you may be doing. For lunch, you're either going to get MREs if you're out on the field, or you're going to get, they call it the DFAC, or the dining facility. You're going to go there and you're going to get food from there. And then for dinner, unless you're on an FTX or something like, or you're on some overnight thing, you're going to go back to the DFAC. Other tips, this is going to kind of be like a tip video. It's going to be a little bit longer than the first one. Basically, you're going to want, I'm going to give you some tips. You're going to want to get foot powder. You're going to get foot powder when you're there. Use it, because a lot of people never worn boots before in their lifetime, and they're going to get blisters, and I've seen some pretty nasty blisters. We had this kid that got one, and it got infected, and it was just gross. So there's that. Definitely take care of yourself. Take a shower every day, because your platoon mates are going to hate you. You can ask my friend Fetterman over there. He had somebody that never showered. Right, Fetterman? Yeah, he's nodding. And shave every day, or they will yell at you, and it's not fun. I shaved today. I shave pretty much every day here. You're only going to be allowed to get a razor there, so if you're not used to shaving with one, I would start shaving with one before you get there. If you're known to have skin issues, like you get bumps up underneath here whenever you shave, figure out ways around that. If not, you're going to go for a shaving profile, and they'll let you shave with electric trimmers, but you have to go to sick call to get that. So I would recommend, trying out the whole shaving with a razor thing, because most people are going to actually be able to do it. Then as far as how hard is basic, if you're doing the right thing, it really isn't that bad. The hardest thing is definitely not being able to talk to your friends, family, loved ones, your dog, your cat, or whatever the hell it is that you like to talk to. And you're gonna be really disconnected from the world. Like, the most interesting news headline I got was that some kid got his teeth pulled and started crying for Beyonce or some random crap like that.
I shot off his finger.
Yeah.
Med quarters with that homo.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard him, but accidents do happen while you're there. As far as our people went, we had one guy at the beginning, and Fetterman's going to know exactly what I'm talking about because he was in his platoon. We had one guy, like, at the beginning of basic, he fell down the stairs, and he damaged his spinal cord, and he lost feeling in half of his body. And he
killed his nerves on his left side.
Yeah.
He has no feeling on his left side. He says it just feels like weight, like he drags. He can't feel anything.
Yeah. So, definitely be careful while you're there, because let me tell you something. I'm going to start by saying this because I'm going to prevent y'all a lot of pain and just miserableness. You're going to get there, and you're going to start to really hate life a lot. And some people decide that they're going to, injure themselves or something like that and try and go home. And another big thing is saying that, you're depressed or that you want to kill yourself or something like that. And if you say that, they will send you home. And there's a variety of things that you can do to get yourself sent home, and and pretty much everybody's gonna want to do something. Some people are gonna actually act on it. You're gonna see some pretty crazy stuff when you're there. I can say this right now though, unless you are allergic to the army, and the only thing that would make you better is the immediate removal from the army, they aren't gonna send you home immediately. We had this one guy that was there. He was, first of all, if you get injured, you don't get to go home until your injury goes away. We had this one guy that was there. He had a fragile tailbone, so he couldn't wear his IBA and his rucksack because it put weight on his tailbone. He was there from April, and then I got there in July, and he didn't leave until, when was that, Fetterman? September? Fetterman. He's engrossed in a video game right now. I think he left in September. So that's not that smart to do something like that. And saying that you're depressed, only way you're going to get to go home before the people that actually came with you to go to basic is if you're like really lucky. Because most of the time you're gonna do that, and you're gonna be there longer than the people that came with you. So I mean, they say the quickest way out of basic is to finish. So what I want y'all to do, if you're enlisted right now, and if you're not enlisted, do this before you even enlist. Make sure that it's something you really, really, really want. And if it is, remember this moment. Because I promise you, no matter how bad you feel, when you get out of basic training, it gets a lot better. Like, you get to AIT, you get your phone, you can talk to your family. A lot of you people that use tobacco out there, I know a lot of people on my channel are gonna that end up enlisting are gonna really be into this one. You sometimes get tobacco in AIT. I got it day one. Some people will have to wait till they hit phase 5. Again, I'll go into more into that later on. But you know, like it gets a lot better. It gets a ton better. So just basic training is this time in your life that really sucks, and you're just gonna have to get through it. Don't try to just get yourself sent home, because that's, I mean, like, there's some people that were all excited about it, and let me just say this, like, it's not worth it, because you're going to get sent home with usually a less than honorable or dishonorable discharge, and you're not going to get hired anywhere. Like, it will mess you up for the rest of your life. So it's not really worth it, and then when you graduate, it's going to be all uphill from there. It's going to get better and better and better. So just push through basic. The only thing I can really say. And that's the reason that I stressed it for so long in this video. Just push through basic. Yeah, help your battle buddies and stuff like that. So, there's that. I'm going to finish this video up now before I hit 20 minutes. And I'll start uploading again tomorrow. Or some later date. But if y'all got any questions or comments, anything you want to know about specifically, leave a comment below so I can read it. And, basically, that's, I'm done with this video. So y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later.